Of all animals you may come across in a closed area, in a public place, in the wild, or anywhere else for that matter, few will give you a more agonizing, unwelcomed, and solicited atrocious companionship than the two animals we'll face off today in a deadly battle. This time, the grey wolf and the chimpanzee. In the improbable event that they come across each other and each is determined to wipe out the other from the face of the wild natural world, which one do you think would come up on top? Let's dive in. The grey wolf, also called timber wolf, is a compulsive, rampant homicidal canine that looks like the combined reincarnation of death, malignant presence, and anything with the quality of making anyone soil their undergarment with a single glance. The wolf is found in a vast diversity of habitats around the world, mostly in North America, Europe, and Asia. The murderous beast's immune system is as tough and resilient as the desire of a morally bankrupt car salesman to make you purchase your next worst deal. Oh yes, it is tough, which is why it is capable of surviving in all sorts of ecosystems: temperate forests, mountains, grasslands, deserts, frozen areas. Just like your house dog, it is a canine and your best friend, but in the most horrifying, ill-intended, backstabbing, I just wanna know what you taste like sort of way. The monstrosity is 160 pounds, 2.5 feet, and on average the largest canine on the planet. It is an apex predator, which in simple terms means that it has no natural predator in its territory when fully grown, while being at the same time the most gigantic problem to its neighbors' mental sanity. In terms of armament, the grey-collared neurotic psychopath is packed from head to toe. Its mouth is full with cutting-edge, lacerated teeth begging to find love and warmth into someone's flesh. They all reside in a jawline capable of delivering an outrageous bite force of 800 psi, a bite that will teach you all you will ever need to know about excruciating pain. What makes the grey wolf an exceptional danger is the fact that its predatory predispositions are extremely sharpened. They hang around in packs of 5 to 10 wolves. In extreme cases, they may form groups of 30 or more. Like most criminals, they're mostly active in the evening and night. During those times, the alpha will go out with the boys and inflict upon the land every breed of violation imaginable. When they come across small prey like rabbits, they will ask it how you doing. Right before they disassemble it like an IKEA lawn chair. The technique they resort to is a bit different for larger prey: deer, elk, moose, bison. Yes, they're competent enough to hunt a bison, and that speaks volume about the wolf's abilities considering that the bison is a 2,000-pound grass-eating serial widowmaker. It is strong enough that more often than not it would win in an open confrontation against a grizzly bear. Back to the wolves hunting large prey. They would do it with tedious persistence and relentlessness of a seasoned crackhead. Canines in general, grey wolves in particular, have unbelievably large amounts of stamina. They can pursue a prey for a straight 2 hours. During those long hours, they would be biting you from here and there, scratching you from time to time, pushing you around a little bit until you get exhausted from all this nonsense and give up way before they would. In terms of defense, the wild canine has a thick layer of fur, not as thick as that of a bear or tiger, but still does a decent job at protecting against attacks. Now, we're focusing on their habit of hunting in large numbers because they're pack animals, and that's how they operate most of the time. That's how they maximize their hunting success rate. But make no mistake, a lone wolf is also a great danger, competent hunter and a threat to any lifelong aspiring goals. It is faster than your mental sanity will be willing to admit. 37 miles per hour. Even Usain Bolt wouldn't be able to outrun the carnage to come. On its own, the sadistic hound is still able to hunt large, healthy prey like deers and wild boars. The question is this: how aggressive exactly is the wolf? Well, it is no international Nobel Peace Prize laureate, yes, but the misapprehending notion that it is a compulsive, rampant, blood-craven, death-worshipping megalomaniac is somewhat divorced from truth. In reality, it doesn't necessarily partake in violence when it doesn't have to. It is wrongly believed that the alpha wolf fights its way up to the top through sheer unadulterated violence, but this isn't the case. In fact, the alphas mostly are the mother and the father. The so-called betas are the kids. All in all, they're capable of aggressive actions, but they don't compulsively indulge in it. The next opponent in the death battle, the chimpanzee, which I made an entire video about, but enough obvious shameless video self-promotion. The chimp is a species of great ape, similar in appearance to a monkey but bigger, stronger, smarter, and order of magnitude more violent than the monkey. It has no tail. What it has is a mind that also happens to be the birthplace of the most violent ideas known to man. Just like humans, the chimp has hands with opposable thumbs. In a deadly confrontation, this allows it to grab, grapple, wrestle, pull, push, throw, rip in such a rapid and diversified demonstration of crude violence that your brain will have a hard time determining which pain to focus on. Due to a combination of evolutionary biology, muscle composition, and lifestyle, the Machiavellian ape is naturally muscular and powerful. Look at this arm. When it grabs you, you will know for a fact that you're not going anywhere. The chimp is a 4 feet 10 packed in a 160-pound body. Its arms, longer than legs, stretched through the entire body. They're long enough to maintain a short-distance relationship with you even when you don't want it to. The oversized monkey can reach a speed of 17 miles per hour. Not quite as fast as the wolf. Its body is packed with fast twitch muscle fibers. This allows the explosive release of force in a short amount of time. You'll feel like you're fighting a dynamite, really. The downside of fast twitch muscle is that the beholder has limited endurance. It can fight at peak intensity for just about 1 minute. Also, a common myth about the chimp is that it is exclusively vegetarian. Although it is true that it mostly feeds on fruits, it is not impartial to the occasional meat. It has a strong jawline, housing a jumble of lacerated teeth capable of administering a bite force of over 1000 psi, stronger in average than that of a grey wolf. The chimp is an extraordinary fighter because it has regular confrontation with its fellow chimps and the occasional leopard. Now, here's the thing about chimps. Everything that is inaccurately believed about wolves, namely that their behavior is centered around lunatic, psychotic, criminal insanity and overwhelming violent predispositions, is 1000% true about the chimp. Strangely enough, when it attacks someone, it doesn't attempt to kill right away. Instead, it intentionally and unnecessarily prolongs the sufferings of the victim by ripping all useful things that I'm not excited to elaborate in this video. The chimpanzee society has also at its top an alpha, but unlike wolf society, the leader is not the parent. It is the strongest chimp in town that climbs its way through a long cycle of unrestrained blood-stained brutality. Now that we went through each beast, let's go back to the initial question. Who would win in a death battle? Before we get to the response, please make sure to like and subscribe. Quick to do and the best way to support the channel. The second the opponents meet, each has a strong motive to kill the other. The wolf wants to eat, the chimp wants to, well, be a chimp. The wolf, however, will try to be cautious about the whole thing. It will try to bite repeatedly and release until the opponent crumbles apart out of exhaustion. And it will be able to do this for a long time to the ape, because it has much better endurance. As for the chimp, it has raw superior strength. It is more agile, has hands capable of gruesome mauling, and is much more aggressive and vicious in its onslaught than the wolf. Its attack mode will be unpredictable and will mostly target the face and limbs. As stated, the chimpanzee has low stamina and as a result it will attempt to be as savage as possible and finish the fight as quickly as it can. In the event that the wolf lands a clean bite on the chimp, that could be a serious problem considering that its body doesn't have sufficient protection. But being one of the most aggressive animals on the planet, the ape will not just roll over and let that happen. The more a wolf gets beaten, the more it would want to cut its losses and go home. The more a chimp gets hit, the more pissed off it gets and the more violent it becomes. In the long run, the wolf would be at a serious disadvantage. The chimp wins this one.